This journey sure as hell ain't for the meek. I believe. We can start that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking about John. I wasn't thinking about music. Take 87, right? Well, that
Okay. Let's start with a song called I'm Still Standing for our friend John Bushy. 25 years on KUMD radio, magician, educator, at the time collection of the world's largest Houdini memorabilia, straitjackets, handcuffs, that kind of stuff. And we sang this song for him, and he made us promise to keep singing it.
They say I'm on my last leg, but I'm still standing. They say I'm past my due date, they lack the understanding. That my spirit is strong, though my flesh is weak. This journey sure as hell ain't for the meek. And I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe that I'm still standing. The things I've done would make Houdini appear and shake my hand. For my next trick, I guarantee that I'll be doing them all again. And I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe that I'm still standing. So here we go, round and round. It'll take more than this to bring me down. I got things up my sleeve you haven't seen yet. And I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe that I'm still standing. Whatever cards fate has in my deck, you can bet you haven't seen the last of me yet. It may be magic, but I'll never reveal. You can shuffle the cards, it's my turn to deal. For my next trick, I'm still standing. I believe, I believe. I'm still standing. I believe, I believe. I'm still standing. I believe, I believe. I'm still standing.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. That's a homemade one. Right.
All right.
Well, hi, I'm Phil Houston, and I'm so happy to be here with Gina LaFond and Amy Grillo, especially after a wonderful performance today and a great performance last night at KTWH Visitor Center.
Thanks, Phil.
So, what's the difference between performing like last night with a bigger audience and tonight and today when we were basically just doing recording?
Well, this was first of all, it's in a special place at Dave and Lisa's house, and it's just our neighbors. We're singing for our neighbors. Last night it was, I don't know, people we'd never heard before, so it's a little harder, and most of the people here have heard those songs before over the years. We've been here singing those songs for a while, and some are brand new. But last night it was we had to sing those songs to people who'd never heard them before. So you got to kind of lean in a little bit, you know. And
it really looked like you were enjoying yourselves
we do.
a lot.
Yeah, we were.
There was a lot of energy in the air.
Yeah.
You can tell when there's people that really enjoy a story. And Gina and I life is a story. But Gina and I like to tell some of the favorite songs. Our favorite songs are story songs, and we seem to kind of write songs in that story format.
Yeah.
And last night,
Yeah.
apparently, we were lucky because there were folks there that liked a good story. So,
Well, your stories are so visual. They engage the audience, and your lyrics become a focal point of the experience, and it's very engaging. So I was wondering, like your first song, I'm Still Standing. I know. Well, maybe tell us just what that was about.
Yeah, we have a friend named John Bushy who had a radio program in Duluth on KUMD for 25 years, and it was only Dylan. Every Saturday night. For
Field
an hour.
recordings.
He called them field recordings.
Not
They were
bootlegs,
bootlegs.
but they called them field
But
recordings.
for 25 years, he kept digging up obscure Dylan performances live, whatever, and he was just this marvelous guy.
Also
we just loved
an
him.
educator in Duluth
Yeah, he was
and
a
a
teacher.
magician. And he had, at the time, the world's or the country's largest collection of Houdini memorabilia. So handcuffs, straitjackets, stuff like that. And he was a beautiful, beautiful person.
And he was a locksmith.
That's right.
The CIA would hire him to open up people's vaults that they couldn't get into when
Oh,
and
that
he
is-
he was just he knew, and he'd make them. He'd make these beautiful.
So how did you incorporate his passion for Houdini into the song? Because a lot of the lyrics refer to Houdini, and
that
and magic
that
and-
song was written with pure love for John because he was going through some major health crisis.
So how did it start? I mean, was it
People- it
the
started-
rhythm first? Was
No,
it the
what
lyrics
it started
that
with
came?
was people. John was really battling some health issues, and many times you would hear people say to the effect of John's on his last leg.
That's like
And I'm
12 years he was
yeah,
battling
12
this
years.
disease.
I said, but he's still standing. He's still standing. And so boop boop boop, and we ran with that and
Amy came up with
got that. So of course we added Houdini in there because this song was custom made for John.
Yeah,
When I
so
was
we never
listening-
knew we would sing it for anybody else. We
Yeah.
just wrote it for
Yeah, yeah,
John, and
I was getting the impression that when you were singing the song that you were almost surprised that you're still standing. And that
well,
you
I think we
still
can
do
all
these
say
things.
that, can't we? Since what we've been through in the last few years, that's for sure.
Was
We're
that
still
an
standing.
underlining theme that you wanted to message out in
Well,
those
this was
lyrics?
written pre-COVID, so
I think one of the things that we
just
hope
wanted
to
to
do
yeah.
is try to take the author out of the song. That's what I try to do. So you can try to fit yourself in there. We try to make it relatable for
Accessible.
anyone.
And
So
you-
even though it was specifically for John, anyone can relate to "I'm Still Standing." Heck,
We've all been
everyone's
through-
been through stuff.
And you've collaborated in the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
both.
Yeah, we worked
How
on it,
how
yeah.
do you could you tell who wrote what lyrics in that song?
some of them, but some I can't remember. But
No, not anymore.
yeah,
Not anymore, really.
Amy wrote a lot of that song, and then we pick out a melody that seems to work with.
Jean's really good at the
And then
melodies.
Jean's doing.
We can just keep going, can't we? All right. Well, here's a little travelogue.
Gene, yeah, this is a good one.
We drove down to Texas, which is about a 5-day trip, really. Texas is very
Worth
big.
it.
Worth every bit.
Lots to
of it.
see along the way.
So and this helps us remember the trip. This is called Texas 2020.
Yeah, we started putting the year in too, so we remember when we went. Take a trip with us.
Wait now.
Dust on the back road, heart of the heartland, music wherever we go. Only preachers and blues on the AM radio. Crossing the border, ain't seen the sun in so long. Got the windows wide open, singing Buddy Holly songs. In the shadow of a noontime owl, flying over crumbling stone. Won't see a no trespassing sign at Woody's Oklahoma home. I see a face as open as the western plains, where millions of bison once followed the rains. Canyon is hiding their secrets. An ancient message on a rocky wall. Tall grass prairie clinging to its link in the chain. It's the middle of midnight, middle of nowhere, hearing the coyote call. Ghost towns alive and well in the USA. History's graveyards all along the way. Lone star under a dark sky, the feel of the West Texas wind. I get the feeling I'll never be the same again.
Oh, thanks, everybody. Thank you. We like a song that tells a story.
That's fun. I
Yeah,
like
I
singing
like
that
that
song.
song.
You know how we like harmonies, and we're just searching for harmonies all the time. And
We
there's
got the
so
sun
many
coming
songs.
out.
Yeah. it's so wonderful.
Nice backdrop.
Yeah.
Is there? Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. We're so lucky.
That must
Thanks
be
to
what it looks
David,
like
Lisa.
after rain in heaven. Yeah.
Hey, you see that move? Huh? I'll tell you, you get 85% on a test, right? You're doing pretty good. That's like a beat. If I get 85% right on here, I'm all right with that. That's the way it is. Okay,
What
now.
do we got next there, Gene, on the list?
Well,
I'm
this is
flying blind.
this is a
Oh, yeah.
this is a story. This is a story about a guy we met. We saw a guy in Paris. We met a guy. I mean, we kept walking by him every day. He was a young guy, but he was sitting here every day. He wasn't begging. He wasn't. He didn't have a hat out for money, anything. He just sat there all day long. Every day we walked past him. About, I think it was 9 days or so. He was in the same spot, and he had this little dog sitting on his lap. And it just made me think about over the centuries how many people have been in that same spot. You know, when you think about European history and the whole how that all evolved. And then Amy comes up with this beautiful story.
Well, the same thing Gene was talking about, and just the sparks for inspiration of anything artistic can come from. Got to have your antennas out, and so when we saw the little dog, or when I saw the little puppy in this young man's lap, he was obviously, living in the rough, and you could just tell for no reason. We didn't want to judge why this young man might have been there, but for some reason he had lost all his trust in the world. But this little puppy trusted this young man more than anything. That was his world, and it just was like, we just kind of ran back to this little place and wrote this song. It's called Ghosts of Saint Germain, and we learned later that Saint Germain was the patron saint of the forgotten.
Yeah,
So
I
it just
didn't
kind
know
of all wrapped up. So we're gonna give it a try.
Wait now.
Long lost look in your eye, your only protection. The mirror of the times, can't see your reflection. Somehow this is your story now, sleeping with your back against the wall on these streets, polished by history.
God help them, Saint Germain. They ain't looking for no one to blame. There's no illusion here. Sidewalk can't feel your pain.
Dog curled up on your lap, your only companion. Worn out blanket and hat, your only possessions. Somehow your voice eludes you now. Can't recall just where or how on these streets, polished by history.
help them Saint Germain. They ain't looking for no one to blame. There's no illusion here. Sidewalk can't feel your pain. Not a sign or a trace of the shadow that you cast. Memories on your face like gravity on glass. Somehow now the path you take is a time-worn trail of cold hard fate on these streets, polished by history. God help them Saint Germain. No one to blame. There's no illusion here. Sidewalk can't feel your pain. Saint Germain.
How about on the Ghost of Saint Germain? That song it's a heavy song. It's an emotional song.
Yeah.
And it makes you, it challenges you to appreciate the simplest things in life. You know, a person that has found his spot. Yeah. I don't know why that spot was for that particular person or why that dog was for that particular person, but you turned it into a song. And how did that start? How was that created? I understand where the idea came from,
the puppy,
but how did the harmony come, and who started the lyrics, and how
I started the lyrics with the lyrics were there. I had really, all I did was I was lucky enough to be there to witness that, and it was the puppy in the young man's lap, and I'm like, that little puppy, that man is the world to this little puppy, and the little man had nobody, and the man had nobody in the world. So it went from that, but we wanted to be very careful again to not imply a reason why that young man was there, you know, for whatever that reason might have been. So we wanted, again, to take the author way out of it, you know, and like Woody Guthrie says, you know, write what you see, you know, I think he means see with your heart, you know, and that's where that main line of
Were you there?
came
Were
from.
you that person?
What's that?
At Saint Germain, did you feel like you were that person sitting down against the wall?
Well,
I
you
felt
had
the empathy
humanity,
You had to
yeah.
feel that.
comes
you
through
know,
the
that
song,
was-
feels
yeah.
like that.
The pain of that humanity. And Gene came up with a great line that's mirror of the times can't see a reflection because people are hustling with the
Yeah.
latest phone. They got their stuff.
He was as
and he was
yeah,
invisible.
obscure, yeah.
And you know,
And the line that you have about the lines on your face. Say that line.
memories on your face like
Memory.
gravity on glass.
Memories on your face, like you could see this guy has gone through something. You could just see it in his face.
Well, I pondered the line too, polished sidewalks.
Yeah.
So
Polished by history.
it's
By
a
polished
metaphor
by
for a
history.
lot of,
Yeah.
It struck me as it must have been. Yeah, I've been reading a lot about Paris and France and all over centuries, and I think of all the people that have maybe been in that same situation. And it's basically a song about homeless people, you know, who are lost in so many ways, you know, and forgotten in so many ways.
Forgotten.
And then we happen to just be in Saint Germain, which, you know, and she's the patron saint of lost souls.
Yeah. So that was meant to be.
It just happened.
I hope we have a kind of a happy song after that one, Gene. Did we decide to
Well,
do a
it
funny
depends
one?
on how you look at it. This is a song that is so sad. It took 4 of us to write it. And no, it's just a silly song that we wrote. And we each took a verse and we tried to outdo each other as far as how silly we could be.
We're
in
suckers
a
for
country
sad
song,
country
yeah.
songs. So Gene and I and my little sister Kim, Grillo Nagler, and our friend Dave Verzel tried to each take a verse and try to drag you down that sad place and then make you laugh before it got too sad. So we call this one Watching That U-Haul Hauling You Away. Many true stories mixed up into one. You guys can try to sort them out if you want. Now the house is empty, so is my heart. Now I gotta get used to the low-down part. You took all of my savings and you left me with a rainy day. And now watching that U-Haul hauling you away. Watching that U-Haul hauling you away. You can pack up all your teardrops. I ain't listening to what you say. I'm just watching that U-Haul hauling you away.
Tell a story, Amy. How's it go now?
Nothing funny about this heavy load.
That's for sure.
I can still hear you laughing all the way down the road. You took my heart, you took my Chevrolet. That really made me mad.
You dirty rat, you dirty rat.
And now watching that U-Haul hauling you away. Please listen to me. I changed the locks. You can forget your key. I never thought I'd be saying this, but Godspeed on your drive. And don't forget, U-Haul closes at 5.
Tell a story now, Amy. How'd it go now? It goes.
You took my gold, left me nothing but clay. You took the pots and the pans, my dog, the horse, and the hay. I don't care which way you're going, just as long as you're going away. And I'm just watching that U-Haul hauling you away. I'm watching that U-Haul hauling you away. You can pack up all your teardrops. I ain't listening to what you say. I'm just watching that U-Haul hauling you away. I'm just watching that U-Haul hauling you away. I'm just watching that U-Haul hauling you away. Goodbye now. Man, thank you, everybody. Thank you. We're suckers for those old sad songs, but you can only take so many. Then you got to like cleanse the palate, the emotional palate, with something kind of funny.
I got to jump into U-Haul because it's such a fun song. It's a sing-along song, and it's a metaphoric song. People can take it a lot of different ways, but it rings so true for so many different scenarios that a relationship would experience, right? I mean, who hasn't
watched
been in a
that
situation
U-Haul?
where they're in the
Somewhere
doghouse or they
along,
got to
yeah.
leave for a while?
You're
or,
on one. You're either pulling the U-Haul or you're waiting to fill up.
And
the
everybody
U-Haul.
knows U-Haul, and everybody
Yeah.
knows what it's like to have a bad relationship.
Yeah. Pick
That
up
one-
your
so-
luggage off the lawn. And
How did
put
those
it, you know.
lyrics start? I mean, you've
that
got
one,
some
that
real.
one
No,
was
that-
a purely a fun song where, in my opinion, it was like the fun line of watching that U-Haul hauling you away.
Yeah,
Like,
somehow
oh,
that-
Christ, we got to run with that. You know what I mean? And so then Jean and I, my sister Kim, Grillo Nagler, and our friend Dave Verzel, we just cooked that up for pure joy. You know what I mean? And tried to turn those super sad country songs, which I love, into something funny. So that's
We
kinda
each
where
kind of
that-
picked
yeah.
a verse and what happens next, what
Yeah.
happens next, and that was
Ultimately, with the goal being to make you laugh at the end.
And I just wondered why at the end of the song that you say Godspeed be on your side.
God's
I mean, you're
on
mad
your
at this
drive.
person.
Get
He's
him
taking
away.
your Chevrolet.
But you also remind him
He's taking
that-
your hay, your dog, your
You know
cat.
what? Go. Whatever gets him away. And
But-
if God has to help him to get him out of my way, just go.
But
But
you're
be
also
there by
reminding
5.
him to be careful because the U-Haul closes at 5. You know?
Yeah, so don't
it's like
screw that up.
You probably, it's just that kind of person. Here's a really sweet song we wrote. If I can, it's called "Falling." I'll start it right. Go. I don't even need.
Gene's really good at coming up with melodies, and this song is a prime example of a very beautiful melody.
Well, I had this melody, and it's just a pretty melody, and I just didn't know. And then it goes. Hello, Rachel. So I'm playing that over and over. I played it for about a week, and then Amy comes in one day. And I'm playing, and she says, "Oh, that's awful pretty." She says, "Try these, try this, try this." And this turned into this song.
Falling, falling, fall, falling, fall, falling.
I wasn't looking for nothing, wasn't searching at all. But there you were, and I wanted it all. You touched me, you reached me, straight home to my heart. Falling with you was the easiest part. Falling with you was the easiest part. And I'm falling, falling, falling. Falling. How much love can one heart take? Can loving so much make a heart break? I'm in for the whole ride, I'm not worried at all. I'm ready to lean back, let myself fall. I'm ready to lean back, let myself fall.
Play something pretty, Gene.
Never knew such dreams till you came into view. There's choices, there's chances, I knew what to do. You helped me to know how it feels to have it all. If you find yourself falling, let yourself fall. If you find yourself falling, let yourself fall. And I'm falling, I'm falling, falling,
Thanks, everybody. You're so kind. Thank you so much.
Yeah, boy, that's a true story.
That's a true story.
You did a song last night and today, Falling, and I know Amy always mentioned the Carpenters, I think, when you talk about that song, because they were so good at harmonies. But on this song, I think about this song in so many different ways. I don't know what your intention was when you wrote it, but when you say lean back and let yourself fall, are you saying if you think you might be in love, let yourself fall in love, don't resist it?
I try to not define what that kind of stuff means. That's a big universal statement where it can mean a lot of different things. And I like to let people, come down the path and then take the path they want from there.
I thought it was a nice message, because if you lean back and allow yourself to fall, it's somewhat relaxing and feels good.
There's like the literal
I
thing
think.
to that. There's like the vulnerability of it, but vulnerability can be an opening as well as a wall, depending on the way you look at it. So falling, there is something where there is a feeling where you're just finally like, you know what, I'm just gonna
Release.
figuratively fall, and
Yeah.
it usually works out, even if in your mind, your mind can always overtake your heart.
Who writes the best lyrics?
And not fighting that feeling,
They're going
when
to
you-
skip this one.
As far as who are some of our favorites?
No, I'm asking between you two, who writes the
No,
best
who
lyrics?
knows? We only, I mean, Gene might have a different answer, but I just feel like I am lucky enough to be the vessel that catches that stuff that comes from wherever it comes from.
Who knows where it comes
So-
I don't really have a hand in it.
A lot of people can relate. The people like that one.
I like
It's a heavy love song.
I like the way it turned out.
Yeah. The song or the story or both?
The whole thing. The whole thing. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, I love that too. Well, here's another
If
one.
we ever have a greatest hits album, this one will be on it. This is from.
It'll be big in Japan.
We'll be big in
Yeah,
Japan.
that's right.
But anyway,
Very big in Luxembourg.
very big in luck. I would love to be good at being in Lukenbach. That would mean more to me,
That's
actually.
different, yeah.
So after a trip, some of you have heard this story, but after a trip to the Black Hills and the Badlands, you can't help but be inspired. We went out there to see the wild mustangs and realized that the people out there are equally wild and hard to tame, which makes the West a wonderful place. And wrote a song for those hardscrabble people called "Back to the Wishing Well."
Only thing left of this old town are the ghosts. Think I'll let them do the talking. The only thing left of this old fence are the posts. Think I'll let my pony do the walking. Back to the wishing well, gonna drink till I get my fill. Right off into the sunset and ride back again. Dreams of old saddles, tales with their rattle, with dust and the old bones show the way home. Tumbleweeds chasing dreams around my head, feeling just as good as bad can be. I remember the times the time forgets. What you get is what you see. Back to the wishing well, gonna drink till I get my fill. Right off into the sunset and ride back again. The sun glows with promise, the hills hold their secrets. The wind and the river lift you up or let you down. twisted trails like tangled love, making me believe in heaven. You can't live it down, you can't make it up. There are no dreams if there's no believing. Back to the wishing well, gonna drink till I get my fill. Right off into the sunset and right back again. Dreams of old saddles, tales with their rattle, with dust and the old bones show the way home. Show the way home. Show the way home.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Amy wrote that.
Oh my gosh, homemade. It's another homemade one. These songs are all homemade, actually,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have fun just batting things back and forth. And
Collaboration, as anyone knows.
So on the next song you did was Wishing Well, and that's just a beautiful song about not giving up, about
Going back for another drink, yeah, right,
Right,
off into the sunset
right.
and right back again.
Yeah. In fact, you know, a lot of your songs and lyrics are about not giving up, about being persistent, about being resilient,
Oh, that's a
about
good
not
point,
letting
Phil.
life take you down.
Yeah.
And is that just a theme in your life?
well, it certainly has
And-
been with me over my life, because I spent a lot of time with a guy who was seriously challenged. He was a quadriplegic, and we were best friends, and we wrote a lot of songs together. And that's what I got from him, that resilience, you know, where this guy had to have somebody brush his teeth in the morning and comb his hair and get him dressed and throw him in a wheelchair and say, okay, what are we going to do today, you know? And he was an amazing guy, and I got a lot of that kind of spirit. I think when you look at my older songs, you'll see that same kind of stuff, you know. Don't, you know, we never wrote sad songs. We, you know, I mean, sure, they're sad, but he really inspired me a lot, and I don't know where it comes from Amy, but she's just that kind of person, you know.
I think a lot of positivity, true positive energy, and what do I know? I'm just one human, but I think a lot of times it comes from suffering, and you've been there, you know, and you know that
Yeah.
there's the dark and the light, things like that. So for me, that's where it comes from. It's not a Pollyanna, you know, kind of thing. It's like I've been down a few roads. Who hasn't?
Are you surprised that you can write songs and how well you sing? Because you were not in a band when you were younger, and you did not do a lot of music when you were younger, right?
No, just lucky enough to be around a family that played campfire guitar, campfire chords, campfire songs. So
Yeah.
just grew up with that, you know, and my mom had we were so lucky to grow up in the 70s with the radio always on. You know, we always had music in our house.
And you had sisters that could sing.
Yeah, you know,
And you
brother.
had
yeah.
harmonies, and your mother loved to sing.
Yeah. So just a family thing.
I had a band, and none of the guys in the band could sing harmony. So it was just me all by screaming and hollering and singing those rock and roll songs. But then I met Amy, and wow, man, harmony, I can sing harmony just about anything, you know. And she writes good songs, and I try too, and here's one of them. I've just been trying to figure it all out like we all have. Figure out what we have to do to get back to the balance point. There's always a dog barking out there somewhere. Or a big old truck backing up late at night. We're never gonna agree on every single thing. We
We can try and get just this one thing right. Somewhere in the middle there's a balance point where everything works and it all makes sense. And the clocks all strike in unison, reminding us this is the present tense. Oh, there's a bird singing at sunrise. Thank God. There's always a wolf howling at the moon. We all want to get to heaven. No one wants to go too soon. Somewhere in the middle there's a balance point where everyone wins and it all makes sense. And the bells all chime in unison, reminding us this is the present tense. Seems like life is like a teeter-totter. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Mother Earth is looking for that balance point. It's there in everything to be found. Somewhere in the middle, there's a balance point. All that's good, it all makes sense. Drums all beat in unison, reminding us this. Reminding us to stay in the present tense. And all that there is the present tense.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Good song, Gene.
Well, you sang a lot of songs today that were inspired by different events or people. But Gino, when you sang Balance Point, that is something that comes just from you, I think. It's like there's some frustration, some anxiety of why we can't figure things out. And I'm just wondering how the world affects you right now, because you came up with this song, and obviously it's not quite working. Not the song, but everything else.
And that's exactly the point. I mean, I'm scared, I guess. I think we need to we need to figure out how to get back to where the earth is balanced, and we can't keep doing this to the world. It's going to bite us, and it has. I think a lot of, I don't know, but COVID was maybe a Mother Earth's reaction to, hey, you can't do this. Things get out of balance, and you're going to get sick. And and then we're so naive to think, oh, this can't happen to us. It's happened every century or so. We go through some tragedies, and it was just a hopeful thing. Where how we can how can we do things to get us back to the balance point, and I don't know.
It seems like all of your songs have a sense of humor to them. It's like you don't take things too seriously. You can write songs about things being serious, but you have you balance it with a little humor.
I don't like the whine. I don't like the whining songs. I don't know. We just I love singing with Amy. I love singing harmonies, and
what was
fun
the
to write
first
songs.
song that you two sang together? And was there a magic moment where it clicked and you said, this is going to work?
Boy.
Well, that was that dreaming song.
Yeah, Dreaming of You. I sang it last. Remember, I wrote a couple lyrics and I texted it to Amy, and she wrote some more lyrics, and that was our first song. Gene's very persistent in a really sweet way. He always tries to bring the best out in people. And personally, for me, I would just be happy to sit at home and maybe write some songs, and then he could go sing them. And I never considered myself a singer,
Well, you're not gonna do that.
but he's very encouraging, and he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let go of that idea. So
Well, we learned how to sing
Yeah.
together. We learned how to sing together.
Well, it seems like, too, in your style that you have learned how to play your guitar around Amy's voice.
Well, I'm a lyric guy, and Amy is too, and I don't like to block the lyrics. I listen to things on the radio, and I can't hear it. And I know my hearing is not the best, but if I can't hear lyrics, I mean, the melodies are wonderful, of course, but if a guy wrote a song and he puts lyrics in it, why can't you hear it? I want to be able to hear it, and
we have been getting better at that.
and I've been, I've been playing for a long time, and I know when not to play, usually, not always, but.
You haven't done your funeral song, for goodness sake in heaven.
Here she comes.
Well, when you get to be my age,
Here come the threats.
you start writing songs like this. This is the instructions for my funeral. Amy says, I love this. I love it because I've been saying this for years. Good, I love it. But Amy says it's morbid but reasonable.
That's pretty Midwestern take on it.
So please call my insurance agent and tell him I need this. I want 60 ex-lovers at my funeral. All of them crying real tears. Let all their angry boyfriends go ahead and bang on my hearse. I don't care. Before the riot squad appears. And I want all my children, even the ones I never met, waving a photo of me smiling. Get 6 white horses, let them dance on my grave. Show I ain't afraid of dying. Hey, you can cry all you want, babe, it won't bring me back. 'Cause baby, I'm moving on. It's been a good ride, it's been a mighty fine race. I just might walk away and disappear without a trace. But I'm grateful for the good times. Let's just forget about the bad.
What else, Gene? What else?
I just want a dozen black Cadillacs with their headlights flashing. Hell's Angels leading the parade. And get a trombone band playing just my songs. Dig my grave with a golden spade. And put a microphone up there above my casket. I just might want to sing you one last song. Just fill that hole up nice and level it off. You won't even notice that I'm gone. Hey, you can cry all you want, babe, it won't bring me back. 'Cause baby, I'm moving on. It's been a good ride, it's been a mighty fine race. I just might walk away and disappear without a trace. But I'm grateful for the good times. Let's just forget about the bad. friends that come here just to say their goodbyes. Line up a shot of tequila, let it be a surprise. I'll be lying here a long time, so please put a little pillow under my knees. Thank you very much. It ain't easy being humble, knowing the life that I've lived. 'Cause there's a lot of folks that say I'll be better off dead, you know, and I'm going out smiling, or ain't going out at all. Yeah, you can cry all you want, baby, won't bring me back. 'Cause, baby, I'm moving on. It's been a good ride, it's been a mighty fine race. I just might walk away and disappear without a trace. But I'm grateful for the good times. Let's just forget about the past. I say I'm grateful for the good times. Let's just forget about the bad. The end. The end.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
This is a real treat to do this for our friends and our neighbors. This is just a really sweet thing to do. Yeah.
You've got to talk about the funeral song, because that's always a good song to end a show with. You did last night.
I don't know where that came from.
And you
I don't have
played it
any
today.
idea. That was
And it has such a fun harmony and sing-along feel to it. It's almost like it's okay to die, and it's okay to say, you know, I did the best I can do, and
I'm going
and
out
if you didn't
smiling.
like it, tough.
That's kind of what that character was saying, exactly. I don't know who that guy was, but it's just one of those songs that fell out. You know, I don't know where it came from. It just, it was really fun to write. You know, and you know, wow, who doesn't want 60 ex-lovers at their funeral? You know.
Let's try Sonny and Cher and see if anyone realizes that we're not. All right.
Hello, it's Gene LaFond and Amy Grillo. We're listening to KTWH-LP 99.5 FM, Two Harbors, Minnesota.
Streaming online at KTWH.org. This has been our favorite new song to do, cover song by Woody Guthrie. It was actually a poem written by Woody Guthrie in 1948 that he never recorded because his health failed. And then about 1955,
10
right,
years
Gene?
later, yeah.
Some
A
Martin.
guy named Martin Hoffman, who was a teacher, wrote the music to it. Woody couldn't play the guitar anymore at this time, and
Right.
but he wrote this incredible poem. And this guy named Martin Hoffman, who I don't know he's ever written anything else, but he wrote just the right
Put the
melody
words.
for it.
Put the words to music. It's called "Deportee," a plane wreck at Los Gatos Canyon. Give it a try.
Crops are all in, peaches are rotting, oranges are packed in their creosote dumps. They're flying back to the Mexican border, take all their money way back again. My father's own father, he waded that river. They took all the money he made in his life. My brothers and sisters came to work in a fruit tree. They rode the big trucks till they laid down and died. Goodbye, my woman, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mi amigo, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. Now some of us are legal, some are not wanted. Our work contract's out, we have to move on. 600 miles to the Mexican border. They chase us like outlaws, like rustlers, like thieves. The sky plane caught fire over Los Gatos Canyon. A fireball of lightning, it shook all the hills. Who are these comrades? They're dying like dry leaves. The radio tells me they're just deportees. Goodbye, my one, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mi amigo, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. We died in your hills, we died in your deserts, we died in your valleys, we died on your plains. We died neath your trees, we died neath your bushes, both sides of the river, we died just the same. Is this the best way we can grow our big orchard? Is this the best way we can grow our good fruits? To die like the dry leaves that rot on our topsoil, and be known by no name except deportee. Goodbye, my one, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mi amigo, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. All they will call you will be deportee.
Woody Guthrie. Nobody does it like Woody. Can take a very, very tough topic, very divisive topic, and bring that human element into it, and just makes you really see the humanity in it. Thanks for listening. We love that song.
Is there a message that you want to let people know about? A philosophy, an idealism that is being messaged through your music? It feels like it.
Personally,
like you're trying to say something.
I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm a utopian, and that's kind of the direction I would like to go towards, figuring out how to get along and figure this all out and get a more balanced and equitable humans. Man, they just baffle me. They've done such wonderful things, and then they can't figure out how to get along. Which should be the simplest, I don't know. All right, we got to do one more because Lisa, of course, asked for it. So.
Sounds good.
I played this at the Dakota with Scarlet Rivera, and it was a full house, of course, because Scarlet was doing this bang-up show. It was really fun, and she asked me to sing this song. And it's hard to hear a song for the first time, and this audience was there, and I was a little worried about it, And I sang it, and of course Scarlett just nailed the beautiful violin solo on it, and we got a standing ovation at the Dakota. So I'm proud of that. It's called "Listen to Your Heart." Might get a better thump on this. Listen to your heart, it just goes thump, thump, thump. Listen to your mind, it just goes jump, jump, jump. Listen to the wind blowing wild and free. Listen to you when you say you love me. Like thunder clapping, like lightning flashing, like rivers rushing, like waves are crashing. Got me believing in this love of ours. Listen to the moon, listen to the stars. Bless my arms, they're all around you. Bless my stars, because I found you. Bless my feet, can't you see them dancing? Bless this pony, can't you see him prancing? Listen to your heart, it just goes thump, thump, thump. Listen to your mind, it just goes jump, jump, jump. Listen to the wind blowing wild and free. Listen to you when you say you love me. Like mountains moving, like winds are howling, like stars exploding, like forever calling. Got me believing in this love of ours. Listen to the moon, listen to the stars. Scarlet Rivera.
see me crying. Leave my mind, can't you see I'm trying? Leave my path, see the trail I'm leaving. Leave my song, hear the tale I'm weaving. Listen to your heart, it just goes thump, thump, thump. Listen to your mind, it just goes jump, jump, jump. Listen to the wind blowing wild and free. Listen to you when you say you love me. The more you love me, the more you soothe me. The more you touch me, the more you move me. Got me believing in this love of ours. Listen to the moon, listen to the stars. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. That's for you, Lisa.
Thank you, everybody.
So what do you do now, Amy and Gino, with your music? Where does it go? And
Well,
Oh, we just enjoy.
just love to play. We just
yeah,
love
we
to
have
play.
no
Whatever
illusions.
happens.
Yeah.
And
we
we're-
love to
you know.
play and create music together, and we're shooting
Long
for
as
the
we
brunch
still can do
circuit.
it.
We like that 11 a.m. to about 1 p.m. time
That's
slot.
right.
That's our best slot.
Uh-huh.
No, we just really love creating together, and if in some way it brings somebody a peace of mind or a little laugh.
There's not a
We're good
lot
with
of
that.
listening. So we're lucky. There's a few listening rooms up here. This is one of them. Lutz and Fireside is another one. Other than that, it's coffee houses or restaurants where
Which
it's
are
noisy.
great.
and-
A lot of small
Yeah, we don't
places
care.
trying to get that.
But
help
it's
the
not
locals.
this kind of intimate situation where people are actually listening, and I think this is a treasure right here.
well, it's been great talking to you guys. I know KTWH-LP 99.5 FM, Two Harbors, Minnesota. Streaming online, KTWH.org. Appreciates you guys, what they just videotaped and this chat, and I appreciate being able to speak with you. I'm Phil Houston, and I think I got this privilege because I've got some radio background.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
if you
I
ever-
can listen to music. I was music director at WLOL for quite a while back in the 80s in the Twin Cities, and I was able to listen to all kinds of music, local music, and make decisions as to what songs might become hits. And I made a few good selections. I wish at that time, when I had that ability to put a record on the radio, that I knew Amy and Gino, because I would have put your records on the radio. I
that's
just
very
want to say
kind.
thanks
That would
a
have been a
lot.
ton run up against Jake Isles' band, right? Because you were instrumental in Freeze Frame, weren't you? Right, helping
That's
that get.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thanks so
Thank
much,
you,
Phil.
Phil.
Thanks so
It's
much,
really
and
fun. And
thanks-
thanks to KTWH.
Yeah,
Yeah.
LP
And hello to everybody at the
Jose
station,
and Kim.
Leo. And,
Yep.
and,
Thanks to
and the
Jose
whole
and
crew.
Kim and Dave and Lisa and
Cheers, peace, and love.
yeah,
Right on.
exactly.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Hope that was
Phil.
okay. You could edit that. And
Perfect.
Great, thank you, Phil. Yeah.
Just
Thank
right.
you so much.
Just right.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect.
Thank you, Virgil, for getting in there.
Fireside chat.